I recognize the Leader of the Official Opposition.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Yesterday, the Globe and Mail reported, or this morning actually, that the U.S. government is threatening the academic freedom of Canadian researchers. At the Trump government's request, U.S. funding agencies are being required to tie support to conservative government policy. The American government, under the guise of cutting wasteful spending, is letting conservative values dictate what research gets funded. Here at home, the government wants to let the minister decide and dictate the priorities of Research Nova Scotia instead of leaving these decisions up to the independent expert board. Why is this government imposing Trump-style policies on Nova Scotians?
Do you want to just hiss and boo at each other all day? I recognize the I recognize the Honourable Minister of Advanced Education.
Madam Speaker, the only Trump-style politics I see is the fear and rhetoric coming from the opposition, Madam Speaker. The bending of the narrative to fit their narrative, Madam Speaker. Speaking into echo chambers, Madam Speaker. The truth is, we've said it all along. Hundreds of millions of dollars of money goes into investments here in Nova Scotia. We will have no input into that. There's $8 million that comes from Nova Scotia taxpayers. We are going to work with universities, W-O-R-K, work with universities to ensure that they are meeting what Nova Scotians need and the universities need also.
Order. I recognize the Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Thank you, and let me be clear. The minister has given himself the authority to dictate the research priorities of Research Nova Scotia. Period. Full stop. Nova Scotians know what's going on. The overreaching proposal to change how this funding works is being pushed forward despite tremendous outcry. A representation for the Association of Nova Scotia University Teachers, many of whom are funded by this, said, quote, "The consequences extend far beyond policy. It threatens academic independence, institutional autonomy, and the very foundation of higher education in our province. Will the government drop this frightening agenda and walk back these changes?"
I recognize the Honourable Minister of Advanced Education.
Madam Speaker, the only thing frightening is the flip-flop we hear, Madam Speaker. One day they support the AG. The next day they don't support the AG. The AG has been very clear about money that goes to universities, Madam Speaker, and the responsibility of government to make sure it's being spent and to track it, Madam Speaker. This does not touch academic freedom. Madam Speaker, those members haven't spoken to a single university president, but they seem to know what's on their mind. I've met with them several times, Madam Speaker. We are having conversations. I did not interrupt you. Please don't interrupt me.
Fair statement, and you are out of time. Order. I recognize the Honourable